Hello. This is just a quick review on rules for integers. We have two rules when we're adding. The first thing you always do is to look at the signs in any addition problem. If the signs are the same, you're going to add and keep the same sign. So if you add two positives, you add the numbers together, and the answer is going to be a positive answer. If you have two negatives, you're going to add the numbers together, and then the answer is going to be a negative answer. If the signs are different, however, you're going to subtract the numbers and then use the sign of the larger number. And when we're talking about the larger number, we're talking about the absolute value. So the absolute value of negative 11 is 11. Okay? The absolute value of 7 is 7. It tells you the distance between that number and 0. So if you have a positive that's larger, and we're going to subtract a negative, then we would have a positive answer. If we have a positive and we're going to subtract and have a negative number that's larger, then we're going to have a negative answer. Okay? So here's some examples. Same signs. We got 3 plus 2. They're both positive, so we're going to add them together. We're going to get positive 5. If they were both negative, I would have a negative 3 plus negative 2. Then 3 plus 2 is 5. These are negative. My answer is negative. Okay? Different signs. Subtract the numbers and use the sign of the number that has more. Are there more positives or are there more negatives? So in this case, I have 3 plus negative 2. I have different signs. So I'm going to take 3 minus 2. And that's going to give me 1. I have 3 positives, 2 negatives. There are more positives than negatives, so my answer is going to be a positive 1. This one I have negative 3 plus 2. Different answer, or different signs. So 3 minus 2 is 1. I have 3 negatives and 2 positives. In this case, I have more negatives than I do positives, so my answer is going to be a negative 1. If I have 8 plus negative 2, different signs. 8 minus 2 is 6. I have 8 positives, 2 negatives. Because I have more positives, I'm going to make this a positive 6 answer. Same thing with negative 8 plus 2. Subtract, get 6. In this case, there are 8 negatives and only 2 positives, so it means I have a negative answer. When subtracting integers, we want to remember we're changing it to add the opposite. Change to add the opposite. And you've heard this as same change, change, keep change, change, things like that. The sign of the first number stays the same. We change the subtraction to addition, and then we change the sign of the second number. Once you've applied that rule, we have changed it now to an addition problem. And then we follow the rules for adding integers. Here are some examples. We have 2 minus 3. We're going to keep the first, change subtraction to addition, change positive 3 to negative 3. Different signs, so 3 minus 2 is 1. I have more negatives, so I have an answer of negative 1. Okay? Let's do this one. 2 minus negative 3. We just put this parentheses around it just so that it's not subtraction, subtraction. It's actually showing you that this 3 is a negative 3. We're going to keep the first integer, change to addition, change negative 3 to positive 3. When I look at this, I have a 2 plus 3, and that's positives. So I'm going to have a positive 5 answer. Okay?